I literally have just been talking for half an hour and I thought I was recording this video and I haven't been recording the damn video. Oh my god. Hi everyone, Editing Dina here. I just wanted to reintroduce this video because I was so flustered in the beginning since I hadn't been recording that I just totally butchered it and I'm like, no one's gonna know what the heck I'm saying. Basically, early this morning, I had some really interesting lucid dreaming experiences that I wanted to share with you in this video. I love lucid dreaming. It is one of my favorite topics to talk about. So if you like this type of stuff and you are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe because I do post quite a bit of stuff on lucid dreaming. But anyways, let's get into the rest of the video and hopefully my second take of this video is just as good as the first one that I forgot to film. The thing I want to mention first though, before I get into this, is that I had some breakthroughs with this dreaming experience, but I also had some challenges with it as well. My biggest challenge here is recall. I usually don't have trouble with recall with my dreams. Usually I'm able to keep a general chronological order, but for this situation I found it very difficult. And the reason being is that whenever I have a lucid dream, usually the lucid dream is pretty short. I become lucid, I do some cool stuff, I wake up, end of story, I record it on my phone, we're good. But this time I had layers and layers and layers of dreams. And it was like, I literally have like one dream, go into another dream, go into another dream. I had two instances where I thought I actually woke up, but I was in another dream. I was just in a dream world in my room, in my bed. But each of these dreams, I still remain lucid. So that in itself is a big step for me in my lucid dreaming journey because usually I don't have that many dreams and stay lucid for all of them. But with that being said, I think that affected my recall when I woke up because there's just too much for me to remember. And on top of that, let me just mention that I have a really bad migraine today. I woke up with the most painful migraine. It's a little bit numbed by Advil right now, but one of the things actually that kept me up all night and made me wake up and fall asleep, wake up, fall asleep. So I think that's also why I had the lucid dreams, because my body mimicked the wake back to bed method again. But yes, I think maybe the migraine affected that. I don't know if there's any research on migraines and their effect on dream recall. There's very limited research on dreams and lucid dreaming in general, but I'm kind of curious if any of you have any experience with that. Please let me know in the comments below. But anyways, let's get into the story. I'm gonna do my best to recall as much as I can for you guys. There's definitely a lot of blank spots in there, and it's frustrating for me because I did some of the coolest stuff ever. Like, I did some cool magic in my lucid dreams. All right, so from what I remember, the very first moment I became lucid, and just so you guys know, I had so many dreams before this. They're kind of blurry in my mind. They don't really matter. All that matters to me is the lucid stuff. So the part that I remember where I became lucid was in kind of like a bar, restaurant situation environment. My mom was there and so was somebody else, and I was trying to talk to them, but they kept on walking away from me. And I kind of realized I was dreaming, so like I can fly. And usually that's one of the first things I try when I'm lucid is like, I'm just gonna fly, because apparently I just really want to fly. So I start flying. I'm like kind of like flying around in circles trying to get to them, like around this bar. And obviously there's different levels of lucidity because I'm in this level where I realize I'm dreaming and I'm manipulating my reality by flying, but I'm not in a lot of control yet because I'm still playing along with this stupid storyline that I really rather not do. Because when you're really lucid, you realize, okay, this is dumb. I don't have to deal with this stuff. I'm out. Like, I've literally had lucid dreams where I'm working an old job that I used to hate and gave me so much anxiety, and then I realize I'm lucid. I'm like, bye, peace out, bitches. Like, you guys can do the work. I'm out of here, and I just like walk out the door. Or I've had it like school dreams where I'm like, I don't have to do this homework. I'm in a dream. I'm out, and then I just go up and do whatever the heck I want. I wasn't at that stage, that level yet. But then it kind of transitioned into this pool hall environment, and I can't remember for the life of me if I decided I wanted to go there or if it just appeared. That part's a little bit blurry and foggy for me. But I was kind of in this indoor water park environment. There was a big pool, there was a bunch of colorful water slides and stuff, and then my mom was there, and I went to talk to my mom, and then I decided I wanted to break out in song and create like a musical environment. I've done this before, and it's worked before, and it's really fun. Like, I start singing, and everyone else starts singing, and everyone's dancing, and then there's actual background music, and sometimes the songs aren't even real songs. Like, I've had songs where I've just made them up up on the spot before, and everyone just kind of knows what to say, and it just feels like it's a really good song. I don't know if it actually is, but in the dream it does. I tried this, but it didn't work. I tried to start singing Singing in the Rain, and I think my unconscious chose that song because I was surrounded by water and I was in a water park. But it's funny because I don't know really many lyrics to that song, so I'm kind of curious if it did work, if like I probably just end up making up lyrics because I don't actually know the lyrics to that song. And I don't even really like that song that much, so it's just like, again, like I had a little bit of lucidity enough to realize that I wanted to create a musical scene, but my unconscious also had a little bit more control over my conscious, I guess, and choosing the song, and also the fact that it didn't actually work. But I was a little irritated by that, but I'm like, let me go do something else. So I start to walk away. I get really irritated though because there's this like little toddler that runs in front of my legs, and I trip over them, and the kid falls and they hit their head on the like, it's kind of like a tile or concrete of this pool hall. So the kid starts crying because now they have this big bump on their head and it's red and they're bleeding. I'm like, oh great. And I mean, I could have just walked away because it's a dream. Like I knew I was dreaming and stuff, but I'm like, let me try something. So I decided to see if I can use magic in this dream to just like heal this kid. So I put my hands on this kid's bald head because they're a toddler, and I start focusing my intention to heal this child. Instantly, I see like the wound starts to close up, the redness starts to go away, the bump starts to go away, like they just like heal before my eyes, and the kid's all happy and smiley and stuff. It was like full Motherland, Fort Salem. I don't know if you guys watched that show, it's on Disney Plus, but basically it's about witches, and some of the witches have these healing powers, like they're part of an army and they fight with their voices and stuff, and then some of them have these healing powers where they can literally heal wounds before your eyes. So I'm thinking, because I just watched season 3, or I've been watching season 3, that must have gotten into my dream, but it was really cool. And then the kid was like all smiley and happy, and then they were trying to like hold my hands, and like every single time I try to like let go of this kid, they kept on grabbing my hands. So that was actually really irritating because I'm like, hey, I'm in a lucid dream, let me go so I can go do my lucid dream stuff. Like, so it took a while. I'm like, okay, get off me, get off me. So that was a little bit annoying. And then from there, it's kind of blurry and foggy. I don't really remember the transition between that and my next dream, which the next one's really cool. I'll tell you that in a second. I just want to touch on a few key things that I did remember though. One of them was that consistently throughout my experience in all of these lucid dreams, I made sure to consistently tell myself that I am dreaming. I would say it out loud, I am dreaming, I am dreaming, I am dreaming, every so often, so that I didn't lose my lucidity. So maybe this was one of the key reasons I was able to stay lucid from dream to dream to dream. Another thing I want to mention is that I really actively practice this stabilization technique. And this is a technique that I've read about in my lucid dreaming books, and I've used it in previous dreams before. Consistently, maybe 3 or 4 times, I would notice that my environment started to get foggy, started to get dark or blurry, and I couldn't really see much. So I would take a deep breath and I would say, stabilize, stabilize. And literally right before my eyes, it would go from being dark, blurry, hard to see, to just crystal clear, vibrant colors, felt like real life again. So that was really cool. I was able to really effectively use that technique, and I've used it in other dreams before, but usually I use it once and that's it, and it doesn't work again because I wake up because the dream's so short. But the dreams carried out so long because they kept on going into each other, so I was able to use it a lot. Another thing I want to mention is I was so excited through this entire experience that I was actively trying to remember every single thing I did. I'm like, holy crap, I healed a child, I did that, I did that. I'm actively trying to remember everything. The next thing I remember is I wake up, but I'm not actually awake. I'm in my room. It looks like my room, but then I quickly realize that I'm in another dream because my mom comes into my room and something's off. And I don't know if you guys have ever had that experience, but like when you have somebody you know in your dream and there's just something a little off about them and it kind of freaks you out and you realize you're dreaming, but it's not just that, it really felt like it was going to turn into a nightmare, which I didn't want. I just wanted cool lucid dreams. So I kind of just played it cool and I'm like, good night, Mom, and she said good night and she closed the door, and I had a feeling she was gonna come back in. So I'm like, okay, how am I supposed to get out of my room and just like leave this house, get out of here so I don't have a nightmare? So I'm looking at my window, I'm like, I could open the window and I could pull the screen down, climb on the roof, climb down, that kind of thing. And fun fact, little Dina, when I was a child, I had so many recurring nightmares where somebody would break into the house, usually some man broke into the house and he was trying to hurt me, and I would run up to my room, close the door, barricade the door, find a pair of craft scissors, because I didn't actually realize at that age that you could pull the screen off of Windows. So I'd find a pair of my craft scissors, cut the screen open, pull it apart, climb through that, climb onto the roof. Usually it was always wintertime in these dreams too, so I'd jump off the roof into the snow. Then I'd run across the backyard, climb over the fence, and then usually the rest of the dream was literally me climbing fences, like backyard to backyard, because they literally never ended. Like I never got to a road. It was just me running away from this bad guy. Anyways, that's just a random reoccurring dream I always had as a kid. In this dream, I'm old enough to know that you can pull a screen off a window, but my concern was that I wasn't able to get out before my mom came back in. I felt like it was gonna make too much noise. I felt like it was gonna take too long. I was like, I need a quick escape. What can I do? And I'm like, ooh, I did use magic in my previous dreams. Maybe I can try that here. So I decided to try to create a portal. So I went between my window and my vanity, and I held my hands in front of my wall, and I really focused my eyes and my energy on the wall, and I said, may this wall become a portal to the outside. And then I'm like, let's see if this works. So I put my fingertips to the wall, and sure enough, my fingertips start going through the wall, just like you would see in a portal in a movie. So I try a little bit more, my hands, my arms are going through. I'm like, cool, let's go for it. So I went through my wall, then I'm in my backyard, and then I realized I need to get past this fence and stuff. So I decided to try and fly. I'm like, may I be able to fly? And then I'm levitating. So basically I'm creating like incantations or spells at this point, which is really, really cool, because I've kind of done magic in dreams before, but I haven't really created like actual spells. So that's what it felt like at this point. So I'm levitating, I'm flying over the fences, I'm basically right in the treetops at this point. This is where the environment kind of changed at this part, because it didn't look like my neighborhood anymore. It kind of more looked like a waterfront, and it actually looked a lot like the waterfront in downtown Aurelia, Ontario, which would make sense because I was literally just there not too long ago, a few weekends ago. But anyways, I'm flying over in these treetops, and I'm irritated because it's really dark, like it's nighttime, and I can't see very well, and I want a nice experience. So then I decided to cast another spell, and I'm like, may it not look like night, and for only me, may it be bright. So I literally start rhyming, like it actually sounds like spells at this point. And something tells me, I feel like I had more spells that rhyme. Like I feel like the wall spell and the levitation spell was more than I just told you guys, but some of that, I did lose it, but I was definitely rhyming quite a bit. I was definitely creating these incantations, which was really cool. So anyways, I said this spell, instantly everything is very crystal clear and bright for me, but it was insinuated, at least like I felt that this was only the case for me. Like I was able to see, my sight was altered, but for everybody else around me, it was still nighttime. So that was pretty cool. After this, I don't really remember that much more. I think this is where I woke up. I was excited because I thought I had woken up. I literally went to grab my phone to record it in my voice memos, to only realize that it was not my phone, it was an iPod Touch. And I'm like, I don't have an iPod Touch, damn it, I'm in another dream. And sure enough, some person that I used to go to elementary school, I think they were at my high school too, but I literally haven't seen them in like over 10 years. She was just hanging out in the corner of my room. So I was actually pissed at this point because I had a feeling that I was gonna lose a lot of the details of my dreams because there were so many different layers that I was trying to remember. So I just really wanted to record it as soon as possible. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be forgetting details now. Like, come on, let me wake up. So eventually I finally woke up. And then at this point, when I actually woke up for real, I was still kind of hesitant. I'm like, is this real life? Like, am I dreaming? I'm like, okay, fine. Like, we're finally awake. So I grab my phone right away and I start recording. I have like maybe 4 voice memos in here because I was trying so hard to recall all the details. Unfortunately, I lost a lot. There was just too many layers of dreams for me to remember everything. But nonetheless, it was a cool experience. And I'm kind of curious about you guys. Let me know in the comments below. Like, have you ever had lucid dreams where you've had many layers of dreaming, and have you been able to recall it? Have you had maybe similar challenges to me? Do you maybe have any techniques that work really well for you to help with dream recall? Normally, I do have really good dream recall, but unfortunately, it was really hard for me to do this time because I fake woke up twice and it was just so difficult. I hope you guys enjoyed this story. My voice is so tired because this is the second time I've told this story, but we finally recorded it, so that is good. I can't believe I did that. Usually I notice that the red circle's not there. But anyways, yes, if you guys are interested in lucid dreaming and you just came across my channel for the first time, I actually have a playlist on lucid dreaming and I have more stories, I have lucid dreaming tips and stuff like that, so I'll make sure to link that below for you guys and at the end of this video. But please like, comment, subscribe. I would love to have you be a part of this family. Let me know your own experiences, anything that you maybe relate to, anything you want to share. I could talk about lucid dreaming with people all day. But anyways, I hope you guys have a beautiful day or night whenever you're watching this, and I shall see you guys in my next video. Bye bye, guys.